Okay, in this section, part two of TPS to lawful permanent resident, we're going to discuss the other three options that you have. The other three roads you have for gaining a green card and becoming a lawful permanent resident of the United States. So with that, let's get started. Okay, option number two. Let's say you don't qualify for the family-based route to the green card. Or let's say you apply and something else gets in your way, so that you're sent to immigration court, or maybe you're just picked up. But let's say you're sent to immigration court. So now you're facing deportation. Well, don't give up. So many TPS recipients, the large majority, the vast bulk of former recipients, present and former recipients, have been here in the country for a decade or longer, and they've established roots. Think about it. It's pretty common sense, right? I mean, you've got a green card, so you worked, you paid your taxes, you probably started a family, you probably have a wife and kids, or if you don't, you've established some firm roots in another way. You may still have children, or you have a job. So you may have some good meritorious arguments for hardship to someone else, someone that's a qualifying relative, a wife, a child, even a parent that may have gotten a green card. And if so, then you can present your case to the immigration court based on cancellation or removal. Will that person, or will those persons, suffer an extreme hardship, an extremely unusual and exceptional hardship if you are deported? I think many TPS recipients are going to fit in this category right here, because if you can win a cancellation and removal court, you also win the right to a green card, to permanent residence. Now, these are difficult cases. Believe me, they're really difficult, and you have to win them in immigration court. Now, the reality is, again, this is one of those categories, one of those cases you just can't do on your own. And I also have some videos on this that shows you how difficult it is and why I'm saying that it's very hard to win this on your own. So I suggest, if you're going to go this route, I'm not sure that you really want to try to do it on your own. Okay, third option. I call these the humanitarian options. For instance, let's say you come from a country where there's a lot of chaos. For instance, Syrians, oh, jeepers, definitely, with all that civil violence there, a lot of them, I think, would qualify for asylum if that's the route they have to go, if their designation as TPS comes to an end. There's also VAWA, Violence Against Women Act. Think about it. If you may have been a TPS recipient, a beneficiary, and you were married to a permanent resident or citizen who physically assaulted you, who emotionally abused you, who economically took advantage of you, who controlled you, who insulted you, you might be able to claim Violence Against Women Act and do a self-petition. So that's a humanitarian option that you should look into if you were in that situation. If you're a victim of trafficking, or you're a victim of some criminal offense, and you assisted the government in going after the culprits, you might qualify for a U visa or a T visa. Again, those are really specialized programs with a humanitarian edge to them that you should be seeking some assistance if you think you qualify. And then there's NACARA, especially for someone from El Salvador. You may still qualify under the old NACARA rules from the late 90s. That is something definitely you should look into. There may be something in your immigration records that allows you to proceed under that program. Even though there aren't a lot of NACARA programs, cases any longer, there are those who come through who have fallen through the crack where people can still qualify for a green card through NACARA. Okay, path number 4, employment-based options. Okay, you may have an employer who's willing to sponsor you, who steps in the shoes as a petitioner, just like a wife would, petitions you for permanent residency. You would know, depends. I mean, you may have through TPS went on, earned a college degree, earn some special employment skills, be highly valuable, and so you might qualify for some type of employment-based permanent residence status. Again, these are the types of cases. In fact, all of them, and let's be truthful, all of them are going to require legal assistance. But the risk is worth whatever cost you have to take to find out if you qualify. Because when TPS ends, it doesn't mean that your life in this country has to end. It doesn't mean that you have to be permanently separated from whatever family you've built here. It doesn't mean you have to forever after be barred from your community friends and your co-workers. But it does mean that you have to become serious about looking at your options. And the sooner you look at them, the better. So with that, I'm going to close. If you like this video, go ahead and press like. If you want to send me some comments or ask me some questions, go ahead. You can do that right below. If you like the videos and you look at some of the other channels and you like the channel, go ahead and press like the channel. Of course, you can always write to me at Carlos@Batara Immigration Law if you want to write to me directly. The other thing is I will be leaving you a link to a free guide that I've written on this very topic, from temporary protected status to lawful permanent resident. And in it, you will find a checklist of 25 very crucial questions that have to be asked of you. You either ask yourself this if you're going to try to do it on your own, or you're going to have, this is the types of questions that if you seek a legal advisor, they have to ask and they have to know to ensure that if you proceed and seek some type of permanent residence, these questions are going to help guide you along that path. And with that, I want to wish you, and assuming you have a family, I want to wish your family the best of luck going forward. I really hope that you just don't call it quits, that you just don't give up, and that you go forward and that someday become a permanent resident. And as I always like to tell my own clients, even if you become a permanent resident, don't stop there. Become a citizen. With that, I wish you the greatest of luck. Take care. Thanks for watching. Know someone who might be interested in this video? Then please take a moment to like and share it with them. Also, if you would like more videos on immigration, just click on the subscribe button. And here's a little bonus, a short guide that you can download for free by clicking on the link on the description box or the square-shaped image. Plus, if you have ideas for videos you'd like to see, write a short comment below or feel free to contact me at carlos@bataraimmigrationlaw.com or by calling 800-287-1180. My name is Carlos Batara. I appreciate your time and hopefully we'll be talking again very, very soon.